Welcome to Christian Youth Theater's production of Peter Pan, a new musical. Please note that any recording or photography is strictly prohibited from this performance. We would also like to remind you that all mobile phones should be turned off completely at this time. There will be one 15-minute intermission during our adventure today. And now, off to Neverland!
The night was like any other. The clouds hung low, and the stars shone bright. The street lamps had been lit, and the glow of moonlight reflected on the pavement. Fathers had come home from the office, and mothers contemplated what stories they would tell their children before putting them to bed. It was an ordinary evening, just like any other. An ordinary evening filled with the ordinary events. But for the children of George and Moira Darling, it would be anything but. You see, for Wendy, John, and Michael, this evening was to be extraordinary.
On guard, you dirty scoundrel! You'll be hanging the gallows before nightfall!
I do not think so, Pirate John. I will not die without a fight.
Then fight me, rotten piece of mincemeat!
Stop it with the name-calling, or it's the black spot for you.
Avast, ye scallywags! I shall cut your throats before the night is through.
Wendy!
I've told you before, that's not my name. You shall walk the plank if I have my way.
The last time you said that, John almost fell out the window.
Yes, Wendy, besides you're 13 now. You're too old to play with us.
Don't call me Wendy, or I'll cut your throats, I will. I'll have you know my name is Red-Handed Jill. Don't forget, I'll run you through, bleeding till your face is blue. What's my name?
Red-Handed Jill?
That's right. Now to the deck, run a shot across the bow. Those scurvy dogs will ask us soon to take the vow. Should they climb aboard the brig, we may dance the hempen jig.
Welcome back, Red-Handed Jill.
Red-handed Jill, red-handed Jill, keeping all the scallywags at bay. Red-handed Jill, red-handed Jill, leaving to our girl to save the day.
Pirates! On the starboard side! Are we near your command, Captain?
They approach those fearsome buccaneers. A team of bandits forcing me to face my fears. I may be a pirate too, but the one thing I won't do.
Grow up, Red-Handed Jill.
Red-handed Jill, red-handed Jill, take the vow of piracy today. Yo-ho! Red-handed Jill, red-handed Jill. I should like to join your crew in my own way.
Don't do it! We'd have you in the flag and swear down with the Queen!
Lady on board! Charge! I will slave away for hours just to make ends meet.
Well, if you won't join us by your own free will, you'll be forced to live on the ship and be our
Marry someone I don't love and lose myself completely.
We give you no choice. Be the newest member of the Jolly Roger! Sorry, Wendy. You know how much I love playing pirates.
If one day I must succumb to join the fold, I won't let society restrain and hold me.
Wendy, don't be so dreadful. This is just playtime.
If you wish me to behave and simply play a part, honestly, I'd rather take a dagger to the heart. Red-handed Jill, a pirate in heroic winning way. Red-handed Jill, no one tells me I'm too old to play. Red-handed Jill, keeping all the scallywags at bay. Red-handed Jill,
What in heaven's name is going on up here? There hasn't been a moment of silence since I've been home.
We're sorry, Father. It won't happen again.
You say that every night. Come now, what's the ruckus?
Pirates!
Pirates? Again?
Just like every night, Father.
Michael, that is my tie. How many times have I told you not to play with that?
What seems to be the problem, George?
I'll tell you what the problem is. These children are entirely too old to be playing such games.
Well, they're children, George. What do you expect?
Yes, Father, what do you expect?
That's enough. I've had quite a long day at the office, and all I want is some peace and quiet. Then again, you wouldn't understand now, would you? You'll all grow up one day, and then you'll sympathize.
But I don't want to grow up, Father.
You don't want to grow up? You don't want to grow up? My child, all children grow up.
But when, Father?
The sooner the better, so you best be prepared. When you grow up, you'll have responsibilities. When you begin supporting your own families, there's always something that they'll need besides their hungry mouths to feed. It's you to whom they look to lead the way. Wendy, John, and Michael, you might as well start growing up today. When I was young, I had the same mentality. But soon you'll learn you have to face reality. You'll finish school and then, my dears, it's off to start your new careers. You only have so many years to play. Wendy, John, and Michael, you might as well start growing up today. So grow up, children, for you must be strong when it's time to say goodbye to childhood. Grow up, children, for it won't be long till you say farewell to fun and games for good. Take me, for instance. I was once a child too, and I used to dream of fighting pirates just like you. But it doesn't last forever, and it loses its appeal the moment you discover that none of it is real. So grow up, children, for you must be strong when it's time to say goodbye to childhood. Grow up, children, for it won't be long till you say farewell to fun and games for good. All right, children, to bed with all of you.
George, do you really think that was necessary? All that talk of growing up.
It's better late than never.
I was thinking it too soon.
My darling Moira, come downstairs with me. With the children asleep, we may finally enjoy some peace together.
Might I tell them a story before they go to bed?
It can wait, my dear. It can wait.
Wendy, wake up, Wendy!
What now?
We want a story. Obviously, Mother's not going to tell us. Yes, Wendy, tell us a story.
What kind of story?
You know, the kind that Mother tells us.
I'm not sure I know how.
Come now, you're certainly old enough.
Old enough? What do you mean by that?
I didn't mean anything by it. I just, well, want a story.
Well then, a story you shall get. How about Captain Hook?
Right before we go to bed?
Fine then, you won't get a story. Pity. It was a good one.
No, tell us, please.
All right, I'll tell it to you. But don't interrupt.
Yes, Mother.
Hush now. This is a story of a far-off land. A land we may only dream about. A land where children never grow up.
What is it called?
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go.
Well, that's no fun. We obviously know it's not real.
Go to bed then. I'll dream of the land myself. Perhaps Father is right. Perhaps I should grow up. But if there's so much more to life, it frightens me to find out just what. Will I have to say goodbye to all I've ever known?
No more
believe when you're a child in the nursery room upstairs. I know life is more than just porcelain dolls and teddy bears. I don't know yet what maturing really means. Could it be that once you reach your early teens, the Lord above will guide your heart? Perhaps that's when I'll see growing up is not that bad. It's just the way it's meant to be. More than make-believe, once I'm finally grown, will there be a need? Once I've learned the things I've never known, no more pretending, I'll be moving on. When I become a woman, does that mean the girl inside is gone? Could it be that I'm more grown up than I seem as I lay me down to sleep? Perhaps I'll dream tonight of what my life would be should I remain this age. Would my story reach the end if I never turn the page? Knowing what I know now, plus a little more, be that I will meet tomorrow. Who is she? What's in store? Sitting here, basking in the moonlight of the evening, or inside the covers of my bed. Do I want to leave this? It's not an easy choice. I can't see the answers with these questions in my head.
More than make-believe, how the time has passed right before my eyes. Are Wendy's growing up so fast? How did it happen? When did I move on? Take away the wonder before you know the girl inside is gone.
What is it, Tink? Have you found it? Good work. I knew I could count on you. Show me its place of hiding. I might have known. I gotta be quick. Shadows don't like to be caught once they've gotten away. I got you! That was close. You gotta be more careful, Tink. You almost had us discovered. How dare you say it was my fault? Nothing's ever my fault. I lost my shadow because, well, I'm not sure how I lost it. But it wasn't my fault, I can tell you that much. Who's responsible? No one has to be irresponsible, Tink. Responsibility is for grown-ups. Now stop distracting me. I gotta put my shadow back on.
Wendy. What's yours?
I'm Peter. Peter Pan.
What a perfectly marvelous name. Where are you from?
Neverland. Have you heard of it?
Perhaps. In a dream. Why were you crying?
I wasn't crying. I just lost my shadow. Now I can't get it back on.
Here, let me help you.
Is it gonna hurt?
Perhaps a little. You'll just have to take it like a man.
Never. I'm a boy. I'll never be a man.
What are you going on about? Just sit still. This won't take long. So tell me, how did your shadow end up here to begin with?
Well, last time I was here, I stayed behind to catch the rest of the story. I left so quickly, I guess I didn't realize.
What story?
Cinderella. Tell me, Wendy, how does it end? Does she get the prince? Do they live happily ever after?
Well, yes, of course. After he finds the slipper, she tries it on, and that's how he knows.
Ah, the slipper. I knew that had something to do with it.
There, it's finished. Good as new.
The cunningness of me.
The cunningness of you?
Well, I guess you had a hand in it. Do you tell stories, too?
Well, I suppose I could.
Come back to Neverland with me. The Lost Boys need a mother.
Neverland? The Lost Boys?
Time's a ticking. Are you gonna come with me or not?
Tonight?
Of course.
If I go, perhaps I'll never have to know the end of my story.
If you go to Neverland, your story never ends at all.
How fascinating. Now, I should like to give you something before we leave, Peter.
What is it?
A kiss.
What's a kiss?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, only meant for someone special.
Oh, I am special. So it makes sense that I should get one.
Hush now, you shouldn't be so proud. A kiss is to be cherished forever.
I can deal with that. You have my word. I'll cherish it forever. Is that it?
Yes,
Then I should like to give you a kiss as well.
it's lovely.
Good. Now let's go.
Peter, may I give you something else?
Another kiss?
A thimble.
What's a thimble?
I'm afraid it's beyond explanation.
Tinkerbell! What was that for? She says if you try to give me a thimble again, she'll kill you.
What is that?
Who, Tinkerbell? She's my fairy.
But there's no such
Don't
thing.
say it. Every time someone says that, somewhere nearby, a fairy drops dead. And we wouldn't want that to happen to Tink. She's here to protect me. And besides, without her, we'd never get back to Neverland.
Why is that?
Because you need fairy dust to fly,
Fairy dust?
and a happy thought.
Can John and Michael come too?
Who?
John and Michael, my brothers. Who did you think the other beds were for?
I don't know. I guess I hadn't thought about it that much.
John and Michael, wake up. Come on, John. Don't be such a sleepyhead. He'll want to see this. Trust me, all right?
Who are you?
I'm Peter Pan.
He's to take us to Neverland.
What's Neverland?
Oh, I'm sure it's a magical place. Do tell us, Peter. Tell us all about it.
I'm about to take you somewhere you've never been. I guarantee that once you're there, you'll want to go again. It's a land of adventure. It's an island of surprises, where pirates sail but boys prevail in animal disguises. I know it doesn't make much sense, but soon you'll understand. I'm about to take you to Neverland, the place you never thought you'd be. Neverland, a fairy's nest in every tree. Close your eyes and we'll go soaring. Second star to the right and follow me till morning. You can fly just like me, but first you gotta trust. Just put your faith in happy thoughts, throw in some fairy dust. You'll be soaring through the starlight, where you're lighter than a feather. Your life begins where natives and mermaids live together. I know it seems a little strange, but if you take my hand, I'll protect and guide you to Neverland, the place you never thought you'd be. Neverland, don't believe me, wait and see. Close your eyes and we'll go soaring. Second star to the right and follow me till morning. So, who wants to go to Neverland?
I do!
Then we better get going.
That's brilliant!
All you need is a happy thought. The rest is a piece of cake.
That's my happy thoughts right there. Cake, ice cream, birthdays, Christmas! Nothing's happening. What did I do wrong?
You forgot the fairy dust.
I'm flying! Wendy, Michael, look, I'm flying! Pudding, marshmallows, snowballs, and candy canes!
Are you ready to go, Wendy?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Why live your life having never touched a star? Why grow old when you can stay just the way you are? Fly away with me to a world where we can be anything we want, 'cause nothing's planned. Say goodbye to London, we'll be off to Neverland. Neverland, the place you never thought you'd be. Neverland, flying high and feeling free. Hold on tight and we'll keep soaring. Second star to the right, follow me straight on till morning. Neverland, a place you never thought you'd be. Neverland, full of possibility. Hold on tight, and we'll keep soaring. Second star to the right. Are you holding on tight? Here we go. Straight on till morning.
Peter, Wendy, John, and Michael flew at the speed of light. They would reach Neverland by morning, and not a moment sooner. Peter Pan's return would be celebrated, but not by a certain Captain Hook, who cursed his very existence. His band of pirates anxiously awaited Pan's arrival, but a welcome mat was not in order. A pirate's life was not the fun and games that Wendy played with her brothers. Having grown accustomed to wickedness, this scurvy bunch of scoundrels could no longer think for themselves. Instead, they would swear allegiance to the worst grown-up of all.
Hail, hail the pirate's life, life that's fit for me. That's why we took like Captain Hook the vow of piracy.
To pillage every village we discover in our path. That's why we're dirty, rich, you see, for others take a bath. We'll clean them out and swab the decks until there's nothing left. It's in our blood to swiftly swipe a village right for theft. They leave it out, we take a peek. They had it coming, so to speak. That's simply just the nature of the beast. A pirate poison thus enjoys the feast. So we say, hail, hail the pirate's life, the life that's fit for me. That's why we took like Captain Hook the vow of piracy. Capture then enrapture those who think we're filthy crooks. We're really not as bad as what you read about in books. Sophisticated, yes we are the scoundrels we may be. All others try to know a to better sail the sea. Some men have children or
opportunities we've seized.
And with this lot, we couldn't be more pleased. So we say, hail, hail the pirate's life, the life that's fit for me. That's why we took like captain the vow of piracy.
Enough of this idle song and dance! Man your stations, you imbeciles!
Get to work.
Smee! What on earth are you all going on about?
The vow, Captain Hook. The vow of piracy. Arrgh! How blessed we are to have you as our leader.
I've asked you once, if not twice, if not 100 times over, what is the use of singing about it?
Well, you see, we sing because it makes us happy.
And why, my dear Smee, should we be happy?
I can answer that! Oh no! Forgive her, Captain. She's not herself today.
No. Let her answer as she may. I really want to know. Go on, Billy. Tell us why you're so happy.
Well, Captain, it just so happens that today's my birthday!
Oh, is it now? Then we should be singing to you as you walk the plank.
On me birthday?
Dear Captain, if I may intercede, Billy is one of your finest pirates. Perhaps a warning will do this time?
Fine. Have it your way. Live it up!
Happy birthday to you.
You win some, you lose some.
Smee! Do you see what I see?
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
No, rather, what you're feeling. Have you been so preoccupied as to not observe the change in weather? A certain adversary of mine draws near.
You mean to say...
You know exactly what I mean to say. Now is not the time to dilly-dally. Don't question my obsession with conditions in the air. A rise in temperature is cause enough to be aware. My blood is cold like sheets of ice, yet now it starts to burn. It means the same thing every time it warns of his return. You know it just as well as I. Search every cloud that's in the sky. The boy who'll never turn into a man is out there! Come and get me, Peter Pan! For I will never forget that day we battled with such style, until he tossed that hand I lost out to the crocodile. And so, my dearest Peter Pan, wherever you may be, I don't know how, but this I vow: you'll die one day by me.
That's why we took like Captain Hook
The vow of piracy.
Hey!
What a bunch of silly grown-ups. You see why I don't want to grow up now, Wendy? Wendy? Where's Wendy?
We must have lost her in the clouds.
Oh, that's terrific. Tinkerbell, track Wendy down immediately and bring her safely back to the Lost Boys' hideout. I'll meet you back there shortly.
I want to go too.
No, it's too dangerous. You see that tall tree, the one on the edge of the cliff? Fly there directly and follow the trail into the opening in the woods. Wait for me there until I return.
Will you be fine on your own?
Are you kidding? I was born to be on my own. Now go.
Pardon me, Captain, but I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be better to threaten the boy's life while he's present? It doesn't do much good if he's not within earshot.
Silence! He can hear me just fine. Isn't that right, Peter Pan? I know you're on this ship somewhere. I can feel it in my bones.
Not the bones in your left hand. Those are all gone.
You see? What did I tell you? Wait, what? Noodler! Why are you looking in the water?
I thought he might be swimming, Captain.
Peter Pan doesn't swim, you fool. He flies! Now come down and face me, my boy. Patience is not one of my virtues.
I didn't know you had any virtue.
Aha! He reveals himself.
Well, it's just as I expected. You're as old and ugly as I left you.
Where did you go this time, Pan?
Nowhere special. I did find out what happened to Cinderella.
Oh my gosh.
I guess that's for me to know. And for you to never find out.
Why, you dirty little...
Until next time, Hook. Oh, it's so good to be back.
Wendy had, in fact, been lost in the clouds. She was so taken with the beauty of the island, she decided to have a closer look. This, however, proved to get her lost all the more, but she would not be lost for long.
Lost Boys on the lookout. Jolly Roger. Looks like something's causing like a ruckus on the deck. Captain Hooking very happy, though I can't make out just why. He's got his stupid pirates looking up at the sky. Stupid pirates!
CYT, what do you have to report?
Along the Black Lagoon, their face off with the mermaids will commence this afternoon.
We can watch it from the treetops, but we better get there fast. The fairies show up early, and the good seats, they won't last. Show of hands, who wants to go? Figures.
Oh, come on, Nib. Slightly, it's the same thing every time. You just go watch the mermaids. Can you blame me? Lost Boys on the lookout, keeping Hook at bay. Someone's got to keep the peace while Peter Pan's away.
In the line of duty, may I never come up short.
Good old Toodles going down the fort.
Old, never!
What's that in the sky? See that white thing floating by? What is it?
Could it be a bird?
Tinkerbell!
What's the word?
What did she say?
She said that Peter's back, and he wants us to shoot down that bird in the sky. It's called a Wendy.
Lost Boys on the lookout, rarely do we kill. But if he says to shoot it down, then shoot it down we will. Shoot down the Wendy bird, shoot down the Wendy bird, shoot down the Wendy bird.
Ready!
Aim! Fire!
I got it!
shot her down.
Hello, boys! I have returned, and I got great news. I know what happened to Cinderella. It was a slipper like I had thought. And guess what? They did live happily ever after.
That is great news. I knew they would.
I have brought you she who told me of Cinderella. She's beautiful, enchanting, and... Dead? Who did this?
It was I, Peter. I shot her down.
It was a good shot, I must say. Sorry.
Strike, Peter. Strike true.
Riley! She lives. The Wendy lives.
It was my kiss. My kiss saved her.
Let me see. That is a kiss if I ever saw one.
What should we do with her? She's too far away from the hideout to carry.
We shall stand guard until she awakes.
That could be a long time.
Slightly? Who's the leader around here?
You are, Peter.
Exactly. So you'll do as you're told if you really want a mother. Do you want her to tell you stories?
As long as she tells us the endings.
We've never heard the end of a story before.
The endings aren't that important.
Peter.
What?
I think she's awake.
Quick, to your places!
What places?
The places I gave you for the day we meet our mother.
Oh.
Oh my. Where am I?
Hello, Wendy. Will you be our mother?
How fascinating. I must say, I don't have much experience.
Do you tell stories?
Yes?
Then you're perfect.
What exactly do you expect of me?
Boys,
We've been waiting for you so long. We are certain you can do no wrong. The mother's job is simple. There's really not much to it. If you should ask for something, it's easy to do it.
I'm not sure I understand.
let me explain. Based upon the rumors that we've heard, the role a mother takes is nothing new. There are things we like, there are things we hate. So the things we hate don't do.
Don't make us brush our teeth. Don't make us comb our hair.
If we want to stay up late, that is not your care. Tell a story,
But don't teach us how to read.
Cause learning is for grown-ups, that's a lost boys' creed.
Eat our veggies, feed us chocolate cake instead.
And don't forget that candy as we go to bed.
We are certain you'll do great. You'll get everything you need, as long as you're adhering to the Lost Boys Creed.
Okay, well, what exactly is the Lost Boys Creed?
It's a secret. Only us Lost Boys know what it is.
How will I know if I'm following it if I don't know what it is?
We'll let you know if you're getting off track.
If you have a question or concern, we can give you tips along the way. Section 5, line 2.
We will torture you if you tell us we can't play.
Since we don't have any homework, that's a section we can't skip.
After all, that's one big reason that we all jump ship. If you try to miss knowledge,
I will have to intercede.
that simply is forbidden by the Lost Boys Creed.
I'm sorry, but none of this sounds familiar at all. My mother loves me, and she does all these things you hate.
She only acts like she loves you, so you do as you're told. Section number 1 of the Lost Boys Creed.
Don't believe a thing your parents tell you.
I thought you said the creed was meant to be a secret.
That's right, so don't repeat it to us all, or I'll expel you. Section number 2 of the Lost Boys Creed.
Stay a boy forever lest we die.
Don't you ever want to be mature and learn it?
Blasphemy, I tell you, that's a lie.
Let me get this right. You don't want to follow rules, you just want to play all day. You don't want to listen to a single word I say, unless of course it's of the name
catching on.
Based upon the rumors that we the role mother takes is nothing new. There are things we like, there are things we hate, so the things we hate don't do. Don't tell us to behave, don't tell us we're too loud. When it comes to men like mothers, we say one's the crowd.
Tell a story. Your success is guaranteed.
As long as you are holding to, as long as you are holding to the last boy's creed.
Wendy, I give you the Lost Boys. You were to be the mother, and I, of course, will be the father.
I'm sure looking forward to being your kid.
As you should be. Wendy and I will be the best parents ever, because we'll never make you grow up.
Never grow up? I thought you were joking. You're not joking.
Of course not. At Neverland, anything is possible. And who'd want to grow up anyway?
I must admit, I've often asked myself that. I'm certain John and Michael would love the idea. Oh, John and Michael, where are my brothers?
Who?
My brothers?
I know I was forgetting something.
Or someone. A good father you've turned out to be.
Oh, hold on just a minute. We'll go to Princess Tiger Lily. I'm sure the natives have seen them by now.
Natives? You never said anything about natives.
Of course I did. You just don't remember.
How can I not remember natives?
Well, when you're in Neverland, you tend to forget things you were told back at home. Now, come on. We have no time to lose.
Are you sure about that, John? Have you ever read a book about natives?
Of course I have. You're the one who can't read yet.
They could be anywhere. 1 second you're alive, and the next you're dead with an arrow in your chest.
What are you doing?
I just want to get it over with.
Don't be silly. For all we know, those natives are probably just a figment of our imagination.
John, you're my older brother, and I do respect you. But I have to say, you're wrong.
Wrong?
There's a native standing right behind you. John, be quiet.
Quickly, we must hide.
You speak?
Yes, my name is Tiger Lily.
Tiger? Lily?
Yes, now please, you can't stay here. The pirates, they look for you.
Guardian
Can we please hide now?
There they are!
Too late.
Run, I'll distract them while you get away.
I shall never forget you, my queen.
I'm a princess, now go.
Let us...
Princess Tiger Lily, we meet again. Why must the circumstances always be so inconvenient?
Captain? We've got a couple more.
Oh my. Who do we have here? Couple of runaways in evening wear.
Nightgowns.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
What are you gonna do with us?
Well, you see, I haven't decided yet. There are just so many possibilities. It all depends on Tiger Lily's willingness to cooperate. Tell me, Princess, where has Peter Pan flown off to? I know you're in cahoots with him. You wouldn't want me to tell your father, would you?
I don't know.
You lie! You do know the consequences of your actions, don't you? I shall take you to my ship, and you will walk the plank by nightfall. That is, if you insist on being so dishonest with me.
Why be honest with you? You are more liar than anyone else I know.
She's right, you know. That's one of the things you pride yourself in.
Smee! Go drown yourself.
Can't do that, Captain. Me belly. It makes me float.
If you could, would you?
Yeah. Yes.
Good to know. Now, what to do with you three? I haven't much use for the two of you. You're far too young to join up with us.
Good, because we don't want to. John, be quiet.
Yes, John. Please be quiet. Tie them up with a princess. We'll use them as bait.
Here and now?
No. 10 minutes ago. Now get on with it.
What do we do now?
We wait. You three, come with me. The rest of you, return to the ship. I want it spick and span for the newly captured Peter Pan. Don't say it's me.
What do you want me to do?
Hide behind the rock and signal me when the boy arrives.
Aye, aye, Captain. Ain't much fun being tied up, is it?
At least I'm tied up next to you.
Oh, all right. That's enough. Not another word.
Are you ready for a little adventure, Wendy?
I thought you'd never ask.
Let's have a little fun, shall we? Smee! What are you doing?
Captain?
What are you doing, Smee?
I'm hiding behind this rock like you told me to.
Well, I changed my mind.
All right, then. Where would you like me to hide?
I don't want you to hide. I want you to untie the children and let them go.
Untie them? But you just had me tie them up.
And now I want you to let them go. Are you going to do as I command or not?
Of course I'll do as you command, Captain. How silly of you to ask.
That was too easy.
All right, get up then. You heard the captain. Don't understand it myself, but orders are orders.
Smee! What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
What are you doing, Smee?
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Why have you untied the children?
Well, that's easy to explain. You see, it's because you told me to.
Peter Pan. You've really outdone yourself this time. He's getting better, isn't he?
It was spot on. I couldn't tell the difference.
Enough of the games, Peter. You've had your fun. Now show yourself, or the princess dies this instant.
Well, when you put it that way, I don't have much of a choice, now do I?
Ha ha, my wonderful boy. We meet again so soon.
You take the fat one. I got Hook.
I see you brought backup.
Oh, you have no idea.
What's me?
Do you hear that?
Why does this always happen? Run! Take the princess with you! Don't let her get away!
Perfect timing, boys. I knew I could count on you.
John, Michael, are you hurt? Oh, I've been so worried for your safety. I'm sorry about Tiger Lily, Peter. Are the pirates going to kill her?
Not a chance. They'll just use her as bait like they did today. They're getting somewhat predictable.
But now, so are we.
You're right. We can't keep using the same old clock trick forever.
I meant to ask, what's so terrifying about the clock anyway?
It's not the clock itself that's altogether frightening. It's where it is. Inside the belly of a crocodile. With hooks. Left hand.
That's right! You fed Captain Hook's hand to a crocodile. How perfectly dreadful of you. Should I have the chance to do the same, I will.
No, you won't! Hook's mine. You should know that by now. Come along, boys. We have to devise a plan to save Princess Tiger Lily at once.
They returned to the lost boys' hideout, which was cleverly situated in the trunk of an old tree. You would think they would save Tiger Lily that night, but in fact, Peter Pan had another plan altogether. They would wait several days, and then when Hook and his pirates would least expect it, they would steal the princess under the cover of darkness. So to pass the time, Wendy would gather the boys around and tell them a story each night, the endings of which they had never heard. Of course, not all the endings were to their liking.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. She had 7 dwarves by her side, and she still waited for the prince to save her? There's less of us, and how many times have we saved Tiger Lily?
Well, that's not the point.
I wish I had never heard these stories. You got the one last night all wrong. Mermaids are not pleasant creatures. They're monsters.
I always thought mermaids were sweet.
They'll sweetly drown you if you get too close.
Being a mother is harder than I thought. Now, children, before I forget, each of you must take your medicine before leaving the hideout. I don't want you all to catch a cold.
Yes, Mother.
Don't be silly, John. I'm not your mother. Wait a second. Michael, tell me, who is your father?
My father? Peter's my father.
Then who is your mother?
You are, Wendy.
No, I'm not.
Wendy, what are you going on about?
Oh, I'm afraid we've been here too long, Peter. I never wanted us to forget our parents. Not like this. John and Michael, do you remember anything about your parents at all?
Parents?
Yes, your parents. George and Moira Darling. The ones you love back at home. You can't just forget all about them.
Sure you can.
No, we can't. They never abandoned us. We abandoned them. Have you ever thought they might need us someday?
Why would they need us?
Because once you grow old, it doesn't mean you should be alone.
Wendy, what are you saying?
I'm saying it's time we go home.
Are you really leaving us, Wendy?
Yes. And John and Michael are coming too.
Do we have to? I somewhat like it here.
Do you have any idea what you're saying, John? Isn't there anything you miss? Anything at all? Surely you have a few happy memories left, somewhere in your heart.
I don't know.
Well, look deeper then. Surely there has to be something.
I miss the way he calls me son. I miss the way he says my name. I miss the way from day to day. When things were hard, he took the blame. But most of all, I miss the way he says my name.
Michael?
I miss the horse rides on his back. I miss the way he holds my hand. I miss the speck most of all, I miss the way he holds my hand.
Somehow, in the short time that we've been here, we've forgotten things we cherished yesterday.
And now, every moment we remain here, all the memories that we let slip away.
It's fine, don't fret. There is much that we have yet to put behind us.
So let this song remind us who we are,
The things we miss, reminisce. I miss the way she'd fold my clothes. I miss the stories that she told. I miss the times when it would snow. Her hands were warm when it was cold. But most of all, I miss the stories that she told. Somehow, in the short time that we've been here, we've forgotten things we cherished yesterday. And now, every moment we remain here, all the memories that we let slip away. It's fine, don't fret. There is much that we have yet to put behind us. So let this song remind us who we are. The things we miss, reminisce. Perhaps I'm not ready to grow up just yet, but when I do, I want my parents there to guide me.
And go. Stop wasting more of my time.
Your time. Have you ever thought you might be wasting mine?
You can't waste something when you stop it altogether.
You could grow up too, Peter. It's not just about getting older, it's about growing wiser.
That's not part of being a child.
No, but it is a part of becoming an adult. I miss the way she combed my hair. I miss the way she'd teach me things, like how to wash between my toes and how to tie my apron strings in double knots. I miss the way she shared her love.
Wendy was beginning to realize growing up was inevitable, though a part of her wanted to stay in Neverland forever. What she did not realize was that leaving Neverland was to be another adventure altogether. As Peter and the Lost Boys went over their plan to save Tiger Lily, Captain Hook had come up with a plan of his own.
This time, I shall prevail! I've waited too long to see my hook finally dig itself into that boy's heart. It's not fair, really. Why must I always come up short? Can't I have the upper hand just once?
Well, you still got one hand, Captain, so it's definitely a possibility.
Smee! Sometimes I wonder what you're still doing here.
I'm your first mate. It's my job to always be by your side, offering constant encouragement.
Is that what you call it? Tell me, do you think this plan will work?
I wasn't aware that we had a plan.
Tiger Lily, Smee! Tiger Lily!
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Well, it's always seemed to work before, so I don't see why it wouldn't now.
But that's just it. It's never taken Peter Pan this long to rescue her. Is he trying to drive me mad?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I knew I should have come up with a different plan.
Oh, Captain, don't get so down on yourself. Peter Pan will come. He always does. The fact that he's making you wait this long will only work to your advantage. The longer he takes, the more time you have to perfect the means of his demise. He'll show up, Captain, trust me. And when he does, you'll be ready.
Now that's the type of encouragement I was looking for. When the sun goes down and the moon hangs low, my hook shines in the starlight as it glistens in the glow. There will come a day when the upper hand's reversed. The battle between boy and man, the man will come in first. I'll be waiting for the day we're face to face. Then I'll finally get revenge, put that boy back in his place. No more flying once my cutlass strikes his chest. Grounded by my bullet, my hook will do the rest. Every day and night I will search the sky. I swear I'll never sleep till Peter Pan ceases to fly. There will come a day when the upper hand's reversed. The battle in my mind I find I've already rehearsed. I'll be waiting for the day we're face to face. Then I'll finally get revenge and put that boy back in his place. No more flying once my cutlass strikes his chest. Surrounded by my bullet, my hook will do the rest. He may have won the battle, but I will win the war. The time is soon approaching when I settle the score. How pleasantly ironic, a paradox so plain, a plan that's so symphonic that I'm stuck with a hook, and he's stuck with the pain. I'll be waiting for the day we're face to face. Then I'll finally get revenge, put that boy back in his place. No more flying once my cutlass strikes his chest. Surrounded by my bullet, my hook will do the
A new day had arrived in Neverland, but time stood still as always. Tiger Lily began to worry. It had never taken Peter Pan this long to come to her rescue. Could there possibly be something more important? Had he perhaps found someone else to protect? With Hook and his pirates standing guard, she dare not call out his name. But she couldn't help but wonder. Of course he'd come to her rescue. But when? The princess was not alone. Captain Hook grew impatient as well.
I thought I killed you.
You did, Captain, but that was in the first act.
I promise I'll be better.
Fine. But no more slip-ups.
Captain, I can't help but notice you seem a bit down in the dumps lately. What's on your mind?
What do you think is on my mind, Smee?
I hate this part. I don't know. Jellyfish?
Peter Pan, Smee! Peter Pan! I thought for certain capturing Tiger Lily would bring him right into my hands.
Hand.
But he continues to elude me. For so long I've tried to be as evil as I can be. But alas, I still have nothing to show for it. Without Pan in my clutches, I have nothing.
Oh, that's not true, Captain. You've got me.
Oh, there's that encouragement again.
Just think about it. What in the world would you do without good old Smee by your side?
Sleep.
Don't be silly. I'm not entirely useless. I happen to know where the Lost Boys' hideout is.
What?
That's right. A little bird told me.
A little bird?
Sprocket, my parrot.
I didn't know you had a parrot.
He's shy, what can I say? But he comes in pretty handy. His eyesight is impeccable.
So, where are they?
Believe it or not, they're living under a tree.
A tree?
That's what I thought. So I sent him out a second time just to make sure.
Sprocket?
Yes, and after that, I sent him out a third time.
And then what?
I don't know. I think he's dead.
What good is the information if he's dead?
Well, he did tell me twice, which is more than enough, although I didn't think it at the time.
So your parrot found the Lost Boys' hideout, and now he's dead.
Sounds suspicious, doesn't it?
What part?
The part where he's dead. He wasn't an old bird, so he must have been killed. And who in the world would kill a cute little bird? Unless, of course, that bird is spying on you. And that could only have meant one thing. He was right!
I'm not quite certain. I'm still trying to process all that. But that actually might make sense. Good work!
You see, Captain? It's like I said. What would you do without me? Cut off all me fingers and chop off all me toes. I'll still stand beside you till those fingers decompose. Poke me eyes out promptly, I'm certain I'd still boast. Even with 2 patches, I'm more capable than most. Rip me rotten teeth out, at least the ones I've got. Been by your side through all the battles that we fought. Shave off all me whiskers, on me you can rely. Cross my heart and hope to stay your right hand till I die. 'Cause I'm the left hand to your right hand, and I'm the right hand to your hook. You're the captain, you're the king, that's why I'm by your side. You're trusty rook, you're a dirty double-crosser. You're a villain and a crook. But as you see, that's fine by me, 'cause I'm the right hand to your hook. Hang me from me ankles until me cheeks are red. Upside down, I'm still around, let blood rush to my head. And if I kick the bucket and turn into a ghost, you can rest assured I'll still be standing at me post. 'Cause I'm the left hand to your right hand, and I'm the right hand to your hook. I'm as loyal as they come, that's why I'll never break the vow I took. When it comes to being faithful, I'm the one who wrote the book. Read it through, you'll see it's true, I'm the right hand to your hook.
Don't hesitate to ask for firm assistance should you need it. Or when your ego's appetite starts here to feed it. And standing by a captain's side is always quite a treat. You know it's true, 'cause thanks to you, we still got all our keys.
To the boats, men! Tonight, the lost boys shall be found!
Oh, I get it. Lost, found. How's good?
Not again.
Meanwhile, back at the Lost Boys' hideout, Wendy was preparing to leave. There was something missing in Neverland, something she hoped to find back at home. The Lost Boys had grown fond of her stories and were quite distraught over her departure. Peter knew this was his last chance to persuade her to stay. It was now or never.
Michael, don't forget your bear. Mother will be quite upset if you lose it again.
I never lost him, Wendy. You know that. John took him for ransom, remember?
Oh, yes. How can I forget?
You don't have to go, Wendy. You can stay here with me. We'll have great adventures together. I'll even let you kill Captain Hook.
I don't want to kill Captain Hook. And why should you? Fighting him is the only thing that keeps you busy around here.
That's true. I'll let you kill Smee.
I don't want to kill anyone. I'm not a murderer. Neither are you.
What do you want, Wendy? Anything. Just ask.
Home. I want to go home.
You can choose to go. Leave this all behind. I just like to know what you think you'll find back there, what it is you'll see that compares at all to me. If you'll never fly again, magic slowly fades away. If you go, if you go, but not if you stay.
You can come. We don't have to fight. People disagree. Doesn't mean it's right to say that the other's wrong. I'm just saying, maybe come along. If you go, you don't have to be there's no way of coming back. No more days of
track of time. Once you're gone, you'll be moving on as the magic slowly fades away. If you go, but not if you stay.
I understand.
I still don't. But if it's what you want, then go. All of you.
Do you mean that, Peter? Can we really go too?
If it's really what you want. It was a mistake bringing you here.
Come on, boys. Who's going with me?
Goodbye, Peter. Bye, Peter. Sorry, Peter.
I'll miss you, Peter.
Don't let the tree trunk hit you on the way out.
Oh, and Peter,
What?
don't forget to drink your medicine tonight.
Have you forgotten? You're not my mother. You never were.
And so it was that Peter Pan was left alone in his secret hideout, though it was not so secret anymore. The lost boys had decided to follow Wendy home, but they would not get far. You see, while Peter Pan and Wendy fought below, Captain Hook and his pirates were patiently waiting for them on the surface. The evil buccaneers captured each and every one of the lost boys, Nibs, Curly, Slightly, and Tootles. Even Wendy, John, and Michael were taken prisoner. They were bound and gagged as to keep them silent. Not one sound was made. Not one cry for help was heard. Before they knew it, they were tied up together on the deck of Hook's ship. But Captain Hook remained behind. Should he ever be captured alive, he always kept a vial of poison in his belt. The most deadly poison ever known to man. And now, Hook knew exactly how he'd use it.
Rock-a-bye, Peter, in the tree trunk. When you drink this, you'll be dead. Why, Peter, why? Why must you make this so easy? Couldn't we have dueled just one more time? How we'll miss our little sword fights. But no matter. All good things must come to an end, so that evil may reign supreme. Oh. What's this? I see someone's left their medicine out. This just keeps getting better and better. What a perfectly marvelous way to die. The very thing that's meant to keep you well is actually going to kill you. I wish I could be here to see it. Good night, Peter. And goodbye. Yeah.
Who's there? Wendy? Have you come back? Slightly? Toodles? Anyone? Oh, Tinkerbell. It's just you. Hook was here? Nonsense. Hook could never find this place. Never. He's probably just with his stupid pirates, loafing around the deck of his stupid ship. Which is exactly where I'm going now. He poisoned my medicine? Good one. You're just jealous of anything Wendy gives me. You don't have to worry about her anymore. Because she's gone. Oh yeah? Just to prove that you're not telling the truth, I'll drink this stupid medicine. Even though I don't know what good it'll do me. Tink, what are you doing? What are you doing, Tink? That stuff's not meant for fairies. Tink, are you all right? Tink, what did you do that for? You're trying to save my life? But why? Tink, why? Because you believed in me. How could I let this happen? You've been by my side, my best friend, ever since I can remember. Why couldn't I listen instead of being stubborn? I'm sorry, Tink, that I lost my temper. I'll do anything at all. Just tell me what to do. Tink, if you can hear me, I believe in you. I do believe in fairies. I believe that they are real, and their magic never fails. I believe that every fairy holds a place in someone's life. I believe in fairy tales. I do believe in fairies. I believe across the world there are others just like me who believe, and if we all believe at once, you just might live. If you only heard my plea. I know you're still there, Tink. You just gotta believe. All that I got in this world anymore, I can't live out here on my own. How could I fly without you in the sky? I'd rather die than be up there alone, 'cause you make me happy. You're what I think of when I need a lift off the ground. Don't you see, Tink? How could I think happy when you're not around? I do believe in fairies. 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 I believe that they are real. And the magic never fails. I believe that every fairy has a place in someone's life. I believe in fairy tales. I believe in fairy tales. Tinkerbell, I believe in you. Tink, you're alive. You're alive. I just knew it. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. But you're right. If Hook was here, who knows what happened to Winnie and the boys? They were captured and taken back to the ship? When were you planning on telling me that? After you died? I'm sorry. I'm glad you're alive. But I brought them here to Neverland. If their wish is to go back home, I'll see to it that they get there. Nothing and no one is going to stop me.
your final bow with your last words that we allow you to remember when you walk the plank. It's Peter, your dear Peter, you should thank. Bow your heads, children. Captain Hook approaches.
What do we have here? The Lost Boys in captivity! What a marvelous sight to behold.
Not for long. Peter Pan will come to save us.
Peter Pan is dead. I killed him myself.
No.
Well, well, well. Here you are again. I see you still have some new additions to your band of misplaced adolescents.
That's right. We outnumber you now.
Not sure what good it does you. You're all tied up.
How did you kill him?
Oh my. Does Peter Pan have a girlfriend? Oh, I'm sorry. Did Peter Pan have a girlfriend? How does that make you feel?
Don't talk to the princess like that.
This just keeps getting better and better. I take it you're Tiger Lily's significant other.
I would gladly lay my life down for her.
Well, you will soon have your chance.
You're a mean old man.
That settles it. I don't know where you picked up these three, but they'll be the first to walk the plank in the morning. Congratulations. Smee, I'm heading back to my cabin to finish planning for tomorrow's festivities. Keep a close eye on them. I don't appreciate their boldness.
So that's it. Peach is gone, and tomorrow we will all die one by one.
Wendy,
What, Curly?
if tomorrow's to be the end, I don't suppose you could sing us to sleep one last time?
Sing you to sleep? At a time like this?
Sure, why not? Sing us one last lullaby, please just try. Tell us one last bedtime story before we die. When tomorrow comes, it may be the end, but until
just want to go home. I wish this was all just a dream.
Peter always told us here in Neverland anything is possible if you believe hard enough.
I wish that were true. But I don't see any way out of this predicament now. And after what happened between the two of us, he wouldn't have come to save us anyway.
You are right. Why would he save a silly girl like you?
Tiger Lily?
You do not understand. Peter brought you here because you still have hope. The hope of a child. He want you not to lose hope. If you do, what is point of life and what is life? It is flash of firefly in the night. It is breath of buffalo in winter time. It is little shadow which runs across and loses itself in sunset. Wise is great Blackfoot warrior. You are no warrior. Peter Pan sees that.
What does that mean? I don't understand her.
If you have no hope, you have no life.
Will you marry me?
All right, that's enough, you lovebirds. Which one of you shot down my parrot?
I did! And what are you gonna do about it?
I'll show you what I'm gonna do about it.
Don't even think about it, Smee. They shall each walk the plank as I've commanded.
Fine by me.
All of you, to your feet.
Wait!
Any last words, children?
Not so fast.
Sit back down.
There's that voice again.
Shut up, Smee. I want to hear what this voice has to say. Now, who goes there?
Why, it's me, of course.
Me? Who is me?
I am Captain James Hook.
How can that be?
Silence! And where are you, oh dear Captain Hook?
I am on the deck of my ship, of course.
And who, pray tell, am I?
You are a codfish.
Sorry.
That is it! All of you shall walk the plank at once!
If you please, I have something to say.
Well, go ahead and say it then.
I never wanted this to happen. If Peter is really dead, it's because of me. But if he could hear me now, I would tell him I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Peter, I didn't understand. I don't believe I fully comprehend it even now. But I know you were only trying to help. You were trying to keep me safe from becoming like you.
What's your name, little girl?
Wendy Moira Angela Darling.
But you go by another, do you not?
What do you mean?
It's all so very clear now. You are the reason Peter never came to rescue the princess. Tiger Lily will always be Tiger Lily, dead or alive. But Wendy, no. Wendy is something very different. Wendy's about to become a woman. Isn't that right, red-handed Jill?
That's not my name.
No, it's not. But it could be. You gotta pick a side now, don't you? You gotta pick a side, though you don't want to. But that's the choice that you must make. Your very future is at stake, so take your life into your hands. It's only you who can decide where Wendy stands. You gotta make a choice, now or never. You gotta make a choice that lasts forever. Is it the wisdom that you lack, or just the fact you can't go back once you grow up? Your hands are tied, so now it's up to you, your future to decide.
Do you want to be a grown-up, throw your past into the wind? Be a pirate, taking pride in every time you sin. By the colors, take the vow. Be a pirate, join now! Let the wrinkles, let the lines, there's no reason to be young. Stay young, naive, who'd ever want to.
Wendy, what will it be then?
Do you want to be a Roman road passenger? Be a pirate, take pride every time you sit by the cover. Take a bow, be a pirate, join now! Let your mind out, you can run and hide. It's time for you to pay up.
Enough! Let her answer.
Please, Captain, we're almost finished.
Fine.
Side.
So, Wendy, what will it be?
I always knew deep down this day would come. I was afraid of the changes it would bring. But I know now, I shouldn't fear growing up any more than death itself. I shall become a woman.
Aha! Yes! This is precisely why Peter Pan brought you here. But he was too late, wasn't he? He failed, didn't he? It was you who left him the medicine last night. For you see, Wendy, you've already become an adult!
No!
Peter Pan, you live.
Don't listen to him, Wendy. You haven't grown up yet.
How did you survive, boy?
Because I'm smarter than you.
No, that's not true! You're just a child. That's all you are. And that's all you'll ever be. Wendy, on the other hand, has decided to join our ranks.
I never said that.
Oh, but you did. It was you who left Peter there to fend for himself. You were done with that part of your life, weren't you?
I don't understand.
Oh, but you do. You understand far better than Peter Pan ever will. He's still trying to hold on to you, aren't you, Peter?
I'll fight you to the death.
You see, Wendy? Now it comes down to this.
That's right, Hook. The two of us, as always was and always would be. Don't be silly. I got more than you think you'll ever have. And I got something you only dreamed of. 2 hands.
Don't kill him yet.
Oh my, isn't that sweet? You wish to say your goodbyes. Well, go ahead and say it then. Say goodbye to your childhood. I should warn you, should you try to give him a kiss, I shall have to strike you down as well. We'll have none of that. You hear?
Don't worry. I only wish to give him a thimble.
Women.
Peter, this is from me to you. Even if it should kill me.
I thought I warned you, Wendy. Have you not learned to keep your promises?
What is a promise when a thimble is a kiss?
You love him, don't you?
Yeah? And what if she does?
She very well may, but not for long. No!
Wait for me, Captain! Captain Hook is dead!
No one can imagine all the energy that he's been saving up, ready to set free. He's like a shooting star ripping through space, ready to be with a grin on his face.
All of his veins aglow, boiling up to the brim. Whenever he feels this way, ready to shout, he has a special way of letting it out.
I crow, like a rooster crows, I crow. You know that trouble's brewing, you hear cock-a-doodle doing. 'Cause when I crow, that's when you know that I'm coming for you. Cock-a-doodle do.
He crows, like a rooster crows, he crows. When you hear crowing loud and clear, 'cause when he crows, that's when you know that it's coming for you. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
This is my warning call, so that you'll know that I'm alive. Hook tried to poison me, but now you'll know that I survived.
He's more alive than you could ever know. He's flying high through the sky, and he's ready to go. He crows, like a rooster crows, he crows. And now that through the sky, flying so high, Dick and Peter never will die. Then you'll hear him singing once again. Through the stars, past the moon, bouncing on the black lagoon, ricocheting off the rainbow as he's surfing on the wind.
There I'll be in the sky, and you'll hear me as I fly. I'm the boy who'll never ever grow, and you'll know me by the way I crow.
Now you can stay in Neverland forever, Wendy.
Peter, this doesn't mean I'm staying.
What more do I have to do to convince you?
I've already made up my mind.
But I thought you loved me.
Sometimes you have to say goodbye to the things you love. I'm ready to go home now, Peter. I trust you'll take me there.
You have my word.
Take me home to the lessons I'll be learning. Take me home. Let the pages keep on turning. Now it's time for the rest of my life to begin. But I won't close the door on where I've been. Take me home to the life that I was living. Take me home, and I'll thank the Lord for giving me a father and a mother who teach me what is right. So Peter, won't you take me home tonight? Where I'll be learning that lessons in life are essential, and like a tree I will be growing to my full potential.
Will take us too?
Of course.
And us?
Whoever wants to grow, will go.
Next exciting chapter, take me home
To a future filled with laughter. New adventures are waiting, new choices to make, new memories and journeys
we must take. And we'll be learning that lessons in life are essential. And like a tree we will be growing to our full potential. Well, how can we learn without any way to discern between right and wrong? Without someone leading us by their example, teaching us how to be strong. And we'll be learning that lessons in life are essential. And like a tree we will be growing to our full potential. Growing to our full potential. Growing to our full potential.
So, what do we do now, Peter?
Don't you know you can fly on your own? You just think happy thoughts. It's all there inside you. So let your heart guide you home.
And just like that, they were off, soaring like angels in the sky. They zoomed past the planets and skimmed past the stars. But this time, Wendy flew on her own, for she need not hold on to someone's hand any longer. Like a bird that has learned how to fly, she had finally left her nest. She was flying with the wind on her face when suddenly, and without any warning, she awoke.
John Michael, wake up!
Wendy, can't you let us sleep? We've got school in the morning.
School? Oh, yes, of course.
My dear, what is the matter?
Mother! Father, I'm back!
You're back? Wherever did you go?
I'm not entirely sure.
Did you have a bad dream?
No, actually, it was a quite pleasant one.
Well, wherever it is you went, I'm glad you've returned without a scratch.
Wendy, there's something different about you now. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yes, I see it too.
You're not a child anymore.
Can we go back to sleep now?
Michael, you were there too. And so were you, John.
Good night, Wendy.
You should get some sleep, my dear. I love you.
Had it all been dreamt up in her head? No more than just a fairy tale? It couldn't be. It had been so real. But where were the lost boys? Where was Peter Pan?
Peter, you're back?
I've come to say goodbye, Wendy.
Did we really go to Neverland?
Of course we did. You just chose to leave, remember?
I remember.
Wendy,
Yes?
promise you'll remember me.
Peter, I'll never forget you. Never.
But you're going to grow up now. You won't see me as often. If ever.
Don't say that, Peter. There will always be a special place for you in my heart. More than make-believe, that is what you are. You'll be on my mind every time I see a shooting star. No more pretending. Children must move on. But Peter, I've discovered it doesn't mean the girl inside is gone.
Goodbye, Wendy.
Goodbye, Peter. Will you ever come back and visit?
Of course I'll come back. And to hear stories about me.
As the doors of the window closed behind him, Wendy knew her adventures in Neverland were over. There were new stories to tell and new adventures awaiting her. Wendy looked forward to her future, but would never forget her past. As she fell back to sleep, she knew she had finally grown up, for that was the night Wendy realized she was no longer a child, and Neverland was just a dream. Or was it?
Tight! Here we go!